So I am someone who's getting hate IRL for my opinions posting of Charlie Kirk, and I want to share with you who I am. And I'm going to talk a little bit about myself so that you understand me and the context of everything. The reason my name is Kawaii Kant, you want to know why? Is because of this video. Right here. Hold up. You see, I'm one of those lame assholes who's trying to figure out all the hate going on in the world and why all these groups are so divided. It very genuinely interests me on like a psychological level. And something kept popping up, and that was the teachings of Immanuel Kant. And I think this is the baseline that is needed for deriving any kind of moral measuring scale. All right? Kant's rule is that act that you use humanity, whether in your own person or in the person of any other, always at the same time as an end, never merely as a means. What does that mean? That sounds like a whole bunch of boring gibberish, right? Like it sounds like, oh yeah, use your humanity. We cannot treat people as a means to an end. Now, what does that mean? It means you don't use another person.
Kant believed that rationality was sacred. When I say rationality, I don't mean like a Sudoku or chess grandmaster rationality. I mean rationality as the fact that we are the only known creatures in the universe that are able to make decisions, weigh options, and consider the moral implications of each and every action. Basically, consciousness. Kant believed that all morality is derived from the protection and promotion of rational consciousness in each individual. So, how do you do that? Well, Kant's rule above. Quote, each person must never be treated only as a means to some other end, but also be treated as an end themselves. Okay, let's say I'm hungry and I want a burrito. I get in the car and I drive to Chipotle and I order my usual double meat monster that makes me oh so happy on a weekly basis.
Ew.
In this situation, eating the burrito is my end goal. It's ultimately why I'm doing everything else. Getting in the car, driving, buying gas, and so on. All of these things I do to get the burrito are the means, i.e. the things that I must do in order to achieve my end. If you call a friend to find out how they're doing, calling them is a means, finding out how they're doing is your end. If you leave a party early so you can wake up in the morning, leaving the party is the means, and waking up early is your end. Means are things that we do conditionally. I don't want to get in my car and drive, but I want a burrito. Therefore, driving is the means to my burrito end. An end is something that is desired for its own sake. It is the defining, motivating factor of our decisions and behaviors. If I wanted to eat a burrito only because my wife wanted a burrito and I wanted to make her happy, then the burrito is no longer my end. It is now a means to an even greater end, making my wife happy. And if I only wanted to make my wife happy so I could hopefully get laid tonight, now my wife's happiness is a means to a greater end of sex. Likely that last example made you squirm a little bit and think I'm kind of a dirtbag. And that's exactly what Kant is talking about. His argument, hell, his rule states that treating any human being as a means to some other end is the basis of all unethical behavior. So treating a burrito as a means to my wife's end is fine. After all, as far as I know, burritos don't have rational consciousness. But if I treat my wife
Yes, they do, you fucking idiot. Eat a vegan one. But either way, this still stands.
as a means to the end of sex, now I am treating her as a means. And Kant would argue that that is some shade of wrong. Let's give Kant's rule the common sense check. Lying is wrong because you are misleading another person's conscious behavior in order to achieve your own goal. You are therefore treating that person as a means to your own end. Therefore, lying is unethical. Cheating is unethical for a similar reason. You are violating the expectations of other rational and sentient beings for your own personal aims. You are treating the rules and expectations agreed to with others as a means to your own personal end. That is wrong. Violence, same deal. You are treating another person as a means to some greater political or personal end. Bad, very bad. Kant's formulation checks all the boxes.
I actually forgot he said that in this video. Wow. Because I watched this months ago. When this come out? A year ago now? Damn. Well, I'm not completely up to date on this channel, but I should be because it's so
expect from a theory of... In fact, I will try to argue that Kant's rule plausibly extends to pretty much everything that we value as right and good today. Check it out.
I could go on. Just go and watch the rest of the video. I'm going to cut here and cut in more with my thoughts on this. Everyone being so red versus blue is so very annoying because it's like... people are acting as if it's a football game, which also football and religion annoy me. I'll be honest about that, but it's all for the same reason. And this too, it's because of that. I'm the Patriots fan. I'm a Christian. Why are you those things? Oh, because you were born in a Patriots era, or because you're born in the modern West and Christianity is like the main religion here. Shocker. Oh, you're leftist, so you think Kirk was full of hate automatically. Like, it's so that. And it's I dive a little deeper into wondering if we're just, this is just a way for them to divert our attention away from things. Conspiracy theorists, like, just a little bit, but I do not push out my conspiracy theories. I just wonder if they're true, because more evidence is required. Obviously, that's how scientific testing works. Anyway, when everyone is so divided and stuck to one thing just for the fucking fuck of it. What is the better word to say for the fuck of it? Just for truly circumstantial happenstance reasons. You were born in this region, you like this football game, you are young, so you are left. I'm sorry, it is just a thing, man. Like, I thought I was left too for a long time, and then I stepped away from all this shit years ago because I realized how fucking dumb it all is. It's a fucking distraction. It's stupid, and you cannot morally align yourself one side or the other every time. It's not realistic, and that's why it's so perfect for getting people to talk about it and fight each other all the time, instead of how we're all being genuinely fucked over with low incomes and high interest rates and high home rates. Like, shut up. Like, you are the fucking problem right now. We should be past this elementary school garbage of like, I'm trans, everyone in the world needs to love me. No, grow up and accept that there are fucking assholes out there. I had to deal with assholes. My friend has to deal with assholes. Everyone has to deal with asshole losers. You're not the only one. We need to have a base respect across all humanity that is above elementary things that are based off of visual characteristics, like what you look like. Come on, how is this not the same as kids making fun of each other for freckles and glasses and red hair and stuff like that? It's no different. And that's another reason why I will always bring this up when I talk about this. Comedy is so important. Comedy is so fucking important because we need to be able to joke with each other about these things. There has to be some kind of outlet. It's like, take a family, for instance. You generally and will at some point or other, to some varying degree, get annoyed with your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, whoever's in the house. It is going to happen. We are humans, right? So when we're allowed to roast each other and say, you dumb bitch, and the key thing is we flip it and make it funny. So it has to make the other person laugh because we're willing to do it to each other. We're willing to take it and we're willing to give it. And that makes it funny. Comedy is needed. It relieves stress and tension because we're allowed to point out those things that are true. It's true that my sister can be a bitch sometimes. It's true that I can be a bitch sometimes. And making that a comedy thing relieves it, and it shows our humility. It says, my humility is right here. I am not above anyone else. I am not prideful enough to not be made fun of when I'm wrong. It happens. Boo fucking who that Charlie Kirk said things in a sideways way or in a way that you didn't like. What are people saying? People are saying he used hate speech, but they just hated the speech that he used because it was harsh, it was unfiltered, it was brutal, and he didn't word things the best sometimes. Like, he looked at a black woman once and said, you can't say racist things at all in this country. And he meant it as like a, that sucks that we can't do it kind of way. Yes. And I know that sounds wrong, but it's like the way, the context that he was trying to say it in, I think he just like goofed, is like, you can't make a racist like joke like in a good way anymore. Like, and there used to be, like I said in my stupid video, like on Frasier, they would joke about it. But in Frasier and Scrubs and all these older great funny shows, no one was safe. They all made fun of each other. What's the fucking common denominator? So people act like a man who gets up and speaks for a living isn't gonna fuck up his wording sometime, and then they just don't even notice that in his own podcast video, which I just checked out for the first time. He already said like twice in that video, like, okay, all jokes aside. And he said, I'm trying not to laugh as I say this because he was just joking. He was being dramatic to joke. He's a YouTuber. So I'm listening to this whole Taylor Swift is engaged, like the whole joke part where he says like a husband put her in her place. He's joking. He says a few times here, like, all jokes aside, or, oh, I can't say that without laughing. I mean, it's just a YouTuber. Like, what do you want? Like, obviously, this guy's not the greatest at, like, his content. He's trying to post regularly. I didn't even know he had this channel. I just watched his debates. But, like, he's trying to post regularly. And so he sees a funny clip from Bill Maher, and it turns into this boring 5 minutes. And by then, all the angry leftists have clicked off. Don't even see the funny clip that he's, like, initially just farming for this to make this video, right? I mean, he even just said that this female comedian on here is funny, surprisingly. And, like, and I don't take offense to that either. I don't, because it's like, he's right. First of all, he's just right. This is so beyond. And this is why I will die on this hill, even though I have friends telling me, actually just one person telling me, you should stop posting about this stuff publicly. People are going to get mad at you. But I don't give a fuck, because I believe in free speech. I believe in allowing yourself to be unfiltered. I believe in those things. And that's okay. Like, how sad is it when Jeffree fucking Star is the voice of fucking reason and over here and spitting these facts? Where is that? I need to find that.
I was honestly horrified, because I'm someone that's always been outspoken. I love the truth, and for some reason people are afraid of the truth. I've been told all week, he would have hated someone like you. No, he would have respected me, because I'm my own person and I know how to have my own thoughts. So when I saw it in real time, I was completely devastated.
Lexi, I don't really care. Am I a Republican? No, I'm a person. Because I'm standing up for someone that passed away, I'm now being called names in the chat. This is what's wrong with a lot of you people. You will never get far in life. You are sick in the head. Someone just said they're unsubscribing from me. Thank God, please. Because if you believe in they and thems, you're part of the problem. If you're so stupid enough to go against science, please unfollow me. You can be whoever you want to be, but there's science and there's facts. You can pretend in your head you're a cat. You can pretend in your head that you're this and you're that. Good for you. You're still only A or B. And the truth hurts a lot of you, I see. I see a lot of you still can't get over it. Sounds like a personal problem.
I want to insert how I feel about this right here. Yeah, he's being a little harsh about it, but again, he's saying you have a right to be that way. Go for it. Be a fox. Be a fucking they, them. Be a zimzer. Don't expect me to remember the crazy pronouns. I'm sorry. I won't do it. That's what I'm adding to this, by the way. But I'm also just saying I agree with this whole mindset of, like, fuck you. Kindly fuck off, you know? Like, I'm going through my own shit. You're going through your own shit. I don't bitch about the things I'm going through. What? There's an amazing MSI lyric that's like, boo fucking who, you're not the only one whose life's a piece of shit, and yet miraculously somehow we all seem to deal with it. Did anybody think that you really seriously? Okay. It's true. And my close friends are allowed to make fun of me. They make fun of me being vegan. They don't say just the dumb shit. They're like, oh, bacon tastes good, or I bet you eat grass. They actually make fun of me and, like, roast me in a good way that makes me laugh. That's okay. That should be so allowed in this country, in the world, amongst humans. We have a rational obligation to speak honestly about things and not get so offended. But this is why I was so mad when I was like 12 and the whole like No Child Left Behind thing came up and like everyone got a participation trophy. I was that young and I was saying this shit is gonna be bad. Everyone's gonna need a pat on the back to walk through life. If you have such bad issues, call me. I will help you, honey. I will be the ear. You can bitch to me, you can vent, you can trauma dump, and then I will give you advice. And I hope it fixes your life. And you can say fuck you to my advice, or you can say, "Oh my god, that worked, this worked, that didn't work," whatever. But it is just human, baby. I am pro communication no matter what. And I've learned as a vegan, like, people forget that they hate vegans for this reason. I'm sorry. I'm about to wrap it up here and let Jeffree speak. I'm sorry. But, like, people forget the thing they hate about us vegans is the fact that we, like, are forcing our ways onto other people. That is, like, what it always boils down to. You can't make me eat this way. You can't make me talk this way about animals, whatever. You're doing the same fucking thing. Okay, and it's why people hate you. It's not because they hate trans people. It's not because we believe we want them to die. And you can take the word trans out and submit it with every other fucking thing, okay? I am not excluding anything right now. Everyone has their problems. They're all valid. Can we get off it now? Can we move on to the next fucking issue, please? You have your trauma. I have mine. Fuck. Ooh, I just thought of something good. It's like the extremists on your side are murdering, and I'm saying, me as a whoever I am, is saying enough because the other side doesn't want that of you. And I feel like a lot of the retaliation I'm seeing from my own personal social medias of people who are upset at the right, they're acting as if the right feels like it's okay to murk the left. It's not. Nobody said this. No one said it. You're the one saying it, and your side is the ones doing it. And I put out a short recently that said exactly this. If you guys were all about love and all this shit, you would have taught someone like Tyler how to love himself for loving a trans woman instead of just spewing hatred all the time. Don't you see what your own movement is fucking doing? I thought that was evidence. I thought we were clear on this. I thought this was like a given because it's still illegal to kill people in the streets, which is why, yes, it's important to adhere to legal laws. All right? Fuck. Like, stop defunding the police. You say that. Have you been in a room where your stepdad's beating up your mom? Has that fucking happened to you? Bet you don't hate the cops if that's happened to you. I mean, maybe unless you had a shit cop who made the situation worse in some way. Absolutely. I'm not saying that at all. But for the most part, cops are good. Okay? And you can't police the cops. Unfortunately, when someone gets in a position of power, they're known to do some things sometimes, and there are assholes everywhere. That's why we need to unite, though. That is exactly why I'm saying asshole fatigue and all this, because that's the common denominator that we all need to be against. Is that not clear by now? I'm so sorry. This has been on, like I said, years. And sure, some of it's stemming from my own personal trauma, because if you can read between the lines, I did not have the greatest childhood and I've not been through the greatest things. And I've experienced discrimination and bullying and everything else. This doesn't mean I'm someone who hasn't gone through those things. That doesn't mean I'm saying that those things aren't hurtful or damaging. But it's like, you are the same people who sit there and say, preach, woman, preach, when we say Me Too. But for those of us who aren't saying Me Too because we're uncomfortable speaking out, we haven't done that yet, or maybe we just did it years ago and it's like forgotten because everything is about the present with you fucking people. But it's like, you encourage and applaud a woman growing through things like that and being independent, and then you shame us once we say, hey, I've got something to say again, you know. And I'm not saying I have to, you guys, no one has to like everything I'm saying all the time. I'm flawed and human too. But the point is communication, because we all have something important to bring. Even if you can't speak as eloquently as like Asmongold or whatever it is, like, you're bringing your own important perspective to the table. And that's mine, is that I would be coddled by these same people for all I've been through, but then I'm shamed once I speak out. I am so sorry, Jeffrey, honey. You go ahead.
So yes, I am a grown-ass man that wears makeup. I will always be a male. My name is Jeffrey. I am a male that likes cosmetics. All these grown men going into women's bathrooms wearing wigs, you should all be in prison forever. You are the problem. So a grown man that goes around the country debating people, spitting facts, was just taken out. And I'm not over it. I can't sit here and play with makeup right now. I want to throw up. So no, I'm not a Republican. No, I'm not a Democrat. I'm Jeffree Star. Stop trying to label me. Stop trying to label me. I am a male. I am a makeup artist. I am a makeup mogul. I am a business owner. I am a farmer. I am a rancher. I am a son. I am someone's cousin. I am someone's friend. Stop labeling me. Y'all don't know anything about my beliefs. You just assume. Because I said I was thankful that Trump brought back TikTok, I'm now being accused of being a Republican. All I said months ago when TikTok was banned and my business could be affected tremendously, I said, wow, thank God Trump fixed it. Or I wouldn't be able to sell my cosmetics on this platform. I quit YouTube and dedicated my life to TikTok. And people are upset because I thanked our president? Politics aside, biology will never change. Why is that up for debate? Am I saying any of this? Because Charlie Kirk fought for the rights. He fought for the truth. He debated everybody. And you guys cannot argue that. You are delusional and you are mentally ill if you are trying to go against what I just said. I didn't say my opinion. I said a fact. I am Jeffrey Lynn Steininger Jr. That's who I am. I am born a male. Cannot believe I am sitting here 6 hours away from a crime scene. Like, Utah's just right down there. He's just a couple hours away. And he was doing a debate at a college in front of thousands of people, and his daughter was there. And he was just taken out. I don't know how to process it right now. I'm like so sick. I'm honestly so sick by it. And I'm over here trying to like upload a video.
Yeah, so honestly, he's exactly right. He said, you can't get mad at me for this opinion because it's not an opinion, it is a fact. That is how I feel about all this. We've got to stop with the labels. I know people like labels. I know the brain loves labels. It feels safer knowing where it is, being able to think it knows what's around it, but it's not how things are. It's not how things are. But I got to say, man, as far as labels go, y'all leftists are really sticking to it, man. You say that you're left, boy, you are hating men and white men, and then I'm sure people like Jeffrey who are trans and speak out, people who are black and have spoken out about this. I'm sure you guys are consistent on that, and that's something we don't have in common, because I take everything at me and I decide for myself what is morally good or bad based off of this fucking system right here. This is what I do, okay? This has been my interest. This has been my hobby. I know I do a lot of hobbies and stuff, and I have vast interests around everywhere, but philosophy, that's where it's at. And this is why it's bugging me so much, because we are not going to progress anywhere if we can't face the facts as a society that a man is a man, a woman is a woman. You can be the other one if you want to. I'll try to go for your pronouns, like what the fuck ever. It doesn't matter, right? But you can't live off of and die off of assholes existing. They're always going to exist. We have to find a way to communicate together with the ones who have hearts. That's the common denominator here. That's the common denominator. It's not red versus blue. It's humanity versus insanity. And I'm done. I'm done being silent about all this. I've felt this way for years, man. I remember in 2017-ish when BLM started, and I don't even know why, because like, I don't even know why it happened. I know black people were shot by cops, but and I said this back then, it's still happening to white people too. Y'all acting like it's not, or it's happening in massively more numbers per ratio for each race, but it's not. So what the fuck? I don't go to women's marches either, because we have our rights. You're being footballed. You're being like dragged one side or the other like a fucking cow. And I don't agree with everything that everyone said in this. This guy said a steak burrito has no feelings. And to me, I take that, I'm like, no, to me it does. But we can agree to disagree. I can still agree with this person's main points. Mark Manson, this guy in this fucking video, not Kant. Immanuel Kant is dead. I'm talking about Mark Manson, who is voicing this video. Anyway, fuck everything. Fuck everything that divides us. We need to unite as a people, as long as we have this as a general understanding of each other, that you have a right for your physical well-being to be safe and healthy and never violenced against, and you have a right to speak out, and you have a right to a happy life. That's it. That's all that we need to agree on as a society to function, and to function well. You want to fix all the problems going on in the economy? We need to unite and go after the fucking people, or do another G-stop thing, if you know what I'm saying, and pay ourselves at least a fair share of all the shit that's going on. You know how many scammers I've come across my entire life? And I'm sure you have too. It's crazy. So let's stop fucking fighting over this dumb shit. Agree that a man doesn't need to be slaughtered for his opinions. Agree that you shouldn't take everything at face value and think red or blue or black or white or Christian or Catholic. Being alive means you are organic. Organic means you are changing, you are growing. You're supposed to... Being stagnant is death. That's called a fixed mindset. And I don't know if I believe in the whole collective consciousness thing being raised to like the 5th level or what the fuck ever people talk about. But honestly, I hope it's gonna fucking happen. These people all need to get on the same page. We're never going anywhere if we can't agree to this and start working together to fix this country. To fix the world. Look at the whole world. You see Indonesia lately? Holy fuck. Everything going on in France and in England, in I think Canada's fucked up too. Like it's everywhere. It's everywhere right now. Not to mention Russia, Ukraine, obviously North Korea. Is this really, are we really like going to focus so hard on I need every single person in my life to call me by the right pronoun, or I will have a banshee screaming fit if they don't, or I need to never not misunderstand anyone. No, we're all at a baseline humanity level. Because if you hurt someone, if you abuse someone or use someone as a means to an end, that is when you shouldn't be listened to anymore. I don't even know. I'm so upset, dude. I'm so fed up. And the thing is too, is that I know I'm the silent majority. And that's why I'm doing this. And I'm doing it because I value speaking out, but I also really value honest rhetoric and honest discourse and honest debate that's in good faith. Someone I respect who disagreed with me on a lot of this, I'll just say, pointed out that debates are inherently flawed in this way. And that's fine. I don't really care. But the point is, it still reaches the greater goal of coming to a more common understanding. And Charlie did do that. He did get people to see his way a lot. And I think this would too, if you watch shit like this channel, this after school amazing channel, okay? But no one wants to talk about this shit with me. They all think it's fucking boring. They all think it's philosophy mumbo jumbo. They don't get it, or I don't fucking know what the fuck ever. But like, the more you sit around and get mad at a fucking jeans commercial and call it racist, the more you are just slowing down progress in our society, like, and proving that that's all your existence is for right now. You can change it. You can add and help the community grow and society grow and us move past, but you gotta be a reasonable human being. If you understand all neurodivergent people, give the single male white guy in his mom's basement another look, because a lot of them are undiagnosed and suffer alone. Why do you think males have the highest suicide rate and the highest murder rate? We have such a suck it up culture for men, and to some degree, that's okay. But again, I'm not an extremist. All my opinions are moderation, moderate. Like, everything is about moderation. But so many people aren't like this, because you cannot, like, it's unbelievable, honestly, how unmoderate everyone is. It should be easy to say I care about people with ADHD and autism and blah, 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 and then not realize that you are being fucking racist or sexist when a white male presents that problem in front of you. Or act like they're not owed their fair share in life because of it, because they're just not allowed to suffer as much. That is the stupidest shit ever. Hope this made sense. I genuinely want to see humanity progress for the better, and I'm curious how many people can actually take that opinion. And god damn it, Asmongold, I really need you back. Just kidding, I'm being harsh. I feel so bad that he has lost his father, and I wish and hope that he takes all the time he needs to fully heal. That's perfectly fine. And when it comes to people like Asmongold, by the way, I think what a lot of people don't understand about how he speaks is that he speaks in almost like a third person objective way sometimes. When say someone in the chat will tell him about something bad going on in the world, right? Like, he's like, oh, someone will be like, this company ended up scamming people. And he's like, of course they are. And people take that as some kind of like agreeance or like compliance with what's going on, or like he has no issue with it or something, and they get mad at him for it. But from everything I've been like researching and learning, because I've been becoming a Taoist myself, I don't know if Asmon is, that's not what I'm saying, but like there's this certain thing in life just called like the way, and it just is. Like, things are just as they should be. Could things be better? Fucking absolutely. But this is human nature. It's an observable thing. It is intangible. It is something I cannot touch as one person where I am right now. And maybe someone like Asmongold has touched this in a few million lives, but on the scale of things, that's not a lot of people, as everyone knows. So I don't think everyone has this kind of weird moral obligation to always say things right. I think as long as you believe the right things and you stick by those moral principles, and you don't go off and just kill people because they disagree with you or whatever, then you're good. You know, like anyway, yeah. So, and my sister summarized all this in a way, because like I said, she's been all like, you should stop talking about this online. Like, I would just leave it alone. And I'm like, why? But why? Why should I actually do that? And I asked her what her opinion is. And she said, I think everyone's got their own like personal trauma wrapped up in this for some reason. And this is the shape that it's like taking form. And I couldn't, that's another Taoist, like Wu Wei, like the way of life. Like that is just another view of it that is completely valid. These are thoughts I had the next day after recording all of this, and I'm just rewatching my Taoist shit, and I'm like, I really want that peace, love, and hippy dippy world, and I don't know how to get there, because even someone as great as After School putting out videos like he does can only reach so many people. It's this unfortunate, controversial shit that will reach more people because it's drama, So yeah, I'm farming the fuck out of you, but you're gonna hear what the fuck I have to say. Anyway, that was fun, I guess. Okay, if you're still around right now, I'm going to give you something extra, a little tidbit about me that I'm starting to open up to people in my life, IRL, for the first time in my life. Again, I'm not a big Me Tooer. I'm not a big sharing my trauma unless I'm trying to get to know someone and relate to them. I grew up feeling like I was born in the wrong body. It wasn't anything clear to me. It was just this weird feeling of looking in the mirror and not expecting what I would see, but looking back at me. It was expecting darker hair and smaller stature. I think what I felt the biggest for the longest time was just my stature. And it really affected my posture over the years too. And I did have thoughts at one point, like, was I meant to be a boy? And I did think about it. Or was I meant to be something else? And I wondered on it. I've thought about it because I have been always known to be a little bit more tomboyish. I play a lot of video games. I love emo, metal music and shit. I don't have a lot of female figures in my life that I really aspire to. And I generally just have a brash sense of humor that a lot of guys get, right? So I had to question that about myself at a young age. And what I keep coming to when I think about this is I just believe in reincarnation. And I think my past life was probably echoing in my body, in my mind, or whatever. And I just had to learn to get used to this body that I was born into and this brain, and learn to accept myself. And I'm so glad I never did anything, because I'm learning to really enjoy who I am as I'm getting into my 30s. I have not heard anyone else talk about this except for, and you might be shocked by this if you know him, Healthy Gamer GG, Dr. K. He's the man, by the way. He's fucking awesome. And he said this on Diary of a CEO at the end of his interview, I believe, where he felt like a woman on the inside. And he understood that he felt like it was probably his past life and past traumas he'd gone through in that life. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of shit to say on reincarnation. I could make a video about that if people want, because I heard something crazy about it recently that really intrigued me, that some cultures that do believe it view it as if I'm driving through a poor town, these people were all reincarnated to live the poor life, and they just kind of dismiss everyone off of that. And I thought that was awful, because that doesn't mean, again, it's this inherent blanketing and labeling that I don't like in the world and I think is wrong. You don't know if the next J.K. Rowling or some great, amazing person who's going to write a beautiful piece of literature or whatever is going to come out of whatever place in life. It does not matter. Anyway, I will actually end it here now. Thank you for listening to me. Let me know your thoughts on this. Are you a reasonable, decent human being? Are you going through something similar in this life? I'm going to shut up now. This is way too long. I'm sorry. Bye.